We must speak. brothers being killed. Nigerian soldiers keep on killing us because we said for freedom. Yeah, take my life, but you can never take away that joy. Freedom is ours. We got what it takes to live. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Awumoye Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Awumoye Biafra, Biafra, my country. Biafra. Yes, we never give up. Yes, we no go give up. Never give up. No, they give up. My country Biafra, we no go give up. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Everywhere you go, we have what it takes. We have what it takes. Biafra, yeah, yeah, yo.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uchi Ukafo Mefo. Mazi Uchi Ukafo Mefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And of course, Anambra State is Biafra land. He is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And with this mindset and understanding, we trod on this path that in our time, Biafra will be restored. And by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George Onyibe. I hail from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma province, and Anyoma province is in Delta State, all of Biafra land. I must continue to acknowledge every member of the de facto customary government, every member of the Biafra Nations Alliance, every member of the Biafran Watchmen, and numerous pro-Biafran group who have stood their ground to make sure that the interest of the Biafran people is highly protected. I will move on to acknowledge the Creator, the one who made the heavens and the earth, for he is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. And as always, I will say to him this evening, Anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dajụ inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma ise. And of course, having been away for some time now as a result of duty calls, and I'm back again. Today we must move ahead to consider a topic I titled, "It is only our light that can conquer the darkness around us in this issue of Biafra." It is only our light. Every human being have light in them. There is light constantly battle with the darkness. And the Bible says the darkness cannot comprehend the light. And whatever the issue may be, in the absence of light, darkness will prevail. And with this understanding, it is important we begin to point out certain issues to Biafrans across the globe. It is obvious to all of us at this point in time that we have all been lied to We have all lied to ourselves, as well as all of us have been lied to when it comes to the issue of Biafra. Because our forefathers were able to sustain and maintain a multi-ethnic nationalities, which is known as Biafra. It is obvious. If you don't know, or you are pretending, and sometimes we begin to ask questions. Who are we actually deceiving? Is it the Europeans? Is it the Arabians? Is it the Americans? Could it be the Italians? Who exactly are we deceiving? You should begin to ask yourself questions like, please, how did our forefathers maintain and sustained this nation called Biafra with its multi-ethnic nationalities? How? They could have always survived. They could have always succeeded by one principle, and which is simply letting the light in them conquer their darkness. How did our forefathers, how did the issue of manipulated lie take hold? The issue of manipulated lie. How did it take hold? Today, when we talk about the issue of Biafra, Biafrans are the ones lying to themselves. Biafrans are the ones deceiving themselves. Biafrans are the ones pretending, as far as I can see. But this is because we have not allowed the light that is within us to fight the darkness that is still within us. There are a lot of issues going around. Buhari said the Igbos are just the dot in a hole. And I've taken time to go through so many people trying to explain the implication of that words. And honestly, in as much as we are all entitled to our opinion, the truth remains that there are so much for us to review in that statement. We are just a dot. To him, we don't exist. We are just a dot. To him, we are just a tiny fraction. We are just a dot. But I won't give him the next idea. What he does not know about the dot when it comes to the English alphabetical or any other alphabetical ways of communication, of writing, if he used that for us. But the question should be, why would he refer us as a dot? A great nation, a great empire that predates the very people who create Nigeria. Come to think about it in the first place. The man is not a Nigeria. Buhari is not a Nigeria. It is his mother that is a Nigeria. How could he possibly be able to be telling us that we are dots? And this is because he has alliance, he has friends, he has ignorant brothers and sisters who are not able to understand what we are up against as a people. When he said we are a dot, when we lie against ourselves, for instance, our brother Nnamdi Kanu, which we all came out together to fight for Biafra, betrayed all of us. He lied against all of us. And most of you are still being propelled by this lie. And yet you don't have the ability to see beyond what you are told. How could you understand the implication of Buhari's statement? If we are not ready to fight this darkness, believe me, we are not in a hurry. But in the end, we will let this light conquer. You are not hearing unknown gunmen now. You are forging news everywhere to deceive who exactly? Hey, they kidnapped GUO Moto. Hey, they arrested BBC Moto. Hey, where APC Moto have been arrested by unknown gunmen, by Boko Haram, by this. What exactly are we doing to ourselves? What exactly are we doing to ourselves? And then the same transport owners will say nothing like that happened. They are killing us in Imo State. The Janjaweed are in Imo State. But we all know this truth. Oh, they are in Ebonyi. They are killing our people in Ebonyi. The Fulani have arrived in Janjaweed. You make them grow bold. You, by your actions, you make them feel that they are something they are not. Why won't he call us a dot? Because we have lied to ourselves and we have allowed other people as a process to be lying to us. Now the Kano just gave you 150 days. 14 days has gone. We are in the bush now. I'm just coming out from the bush. Nothing happened. But then we understand the implication of the 150 days in comparison with what the governor said, that they need about 5 or 6 months to bring peace to the southeast. Why are we deceiving ourselves? Why are we lying to ourselves? Now, for the sake of the next generation, because my generation has been messed up, and honestly, we will do our best to make sure that if our fathers refuse to hand over the truth to us, we will hijack this truth. We have made it already as part of our beating heart. And I can only appeal to the next generation of Biafrans to make sure they do not haggle words with anybody. They do not sell this truth away, because this is all that is left of us. You can see the video going on recently. They are telling you, these are our volunteers. They are encouraging themselves. All these people are chaff. Maybe they are dead, but we lie to ourselves. That video you are seeing online in the name of a volunteer, Nnamdi Kanu is just trying to set up all those people. He wants to kill all those people. He will lead them to their death. And somebody will say, why don't you leave Nnamdi Kanu alone until he repents? Until he repents, you better get used to it, because you have not seen the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu against us as a people. Which lie are you going to lie again? Yes, we are going to march with Oduduwa Nation on the June 12th. You are deceiving our people. I thought Nigeria would have been dead by now. We have been lied to. How can we become the same people who are lying against ourselves? When I speak the way I speak, when I do what I do, when I will respond the way I respond, my brothers and sisters, it's not because I am more Biafra than you. It is not because I have something you don't have. It is not because I want to prove a point you already don't know. But it is because I remain among the least of those living who have sacrificed more for this issue of Biafra. And for what purpose? For the sake of truth, for the sake of survival, for the sake of letting our light shine for all to see. But somewhere along the line, you were lied to. If I wanted to dwell much on that, you will not live here, because evidence abound. When we look at the overall challenge that we face as a people, it could all be burdened down on leadership. The people of Biafra have had leadership failure. Leadership failure. And when I mean leadership failure, I am not talking about just the politicians. I am not talking about just the monarch. I am talking about that institution by itself, which is the embodiment of leadership. I begin to ask questions. Where are the opinion molders? I begin to ask Biafrans, where are the leaders of thought? These are institutions. These are body of humans whose job, whose duty is not initiated in a hurry. It comes over time. And there are people who manage these houses. In their absence, the politicians are nowhere to be found because they had only 8 years according to the Nigerian standard. In the absence of these leaders of thought, in the absence of opinion molders, the monarchs, most of them, and I can assure you they don't even have moral upbringing. And where are the opinion molders within the palace? Where are the leaders of thought? And if we talk about education, and then we look at the lecturers, how many years do they have? And what is their input in Nigerian university? And I can assure you that in the absence of the opinion model in our academic sector, that is why today a brother wrote, he said, when you give 50,000 naira to an illiterate, the person who did not go to school, and then you come back in 1 year, they will invest this 50,000 naira, and then maybe in 2 years they will rent an apartment, have a shop, in fact buy a car, live in a very comfortable atmosphere. Just 50,000 naira. He said, but take our graduate and give them 1 million naira. He said they will buy iPhone 700,000, and then the remaining 300,000 they will buy clothes to look good, and then hold the remaining 50,000 naira for recharge card to recharge the iPhone. And now I must humbly make you understand that despite the fact that you go to school, the opinion molders and leaders of thought are supposed to inculcate wisdom, which is generally referred as common sense, into your mind. In the absence of that, you go to school to be educated. You don't go to school to get sense. This is the reason why our fathers, they didn't go to school, but they were educated. Remember, in trying to point out to the right direction on the issue that is at hand this evening, we cannot take our mind back from our topic, which simply say it is only our light that can conquer the darkness around us regarding this issue of Biafra. Today they have been able to divide us, balkanize us completely. We knew this truth from the very first day I joined IPOB, then, not this one now. We knew what our problems are. We tackled them. Because I read the response of Blue Jack, our brother, online. It looks biased to me, but he said the truth. Why would I say so? He has his own fair of share in the issue of Biafra, and I think he's entitled to his opinion. He said so many things, which were the main reason why we must go back, forget about all these games we are playing with ourselves. Because certainly the Yorubas are not holding us down. The Fulanis are not holding us down. They knew what they want. They're going for it. And we are even their spectators. I will come to that later. And then, having read what Blue Jack said, I now begin to remember the day I placed Blue Jack under oath. And then there were a lot of Ogoni people. I placed them under oath in Port Harcourt. They were very happy. Cosmos George among others. They were very happy. They were very happy. I placed them under oath. I took them through every rudiment as regard the movement of IPOB. And then they moved on. They were taken to Nnamdi Kanu by Amarachi. And then when they got to Nnamdi Kanu, they were assigned to do certain job. And they were very happy. I always stand aside and observe. Because the best thing we can And then all of a sudden, I begin to hear rumors, lies. The first lie was that Nnamdi Kanu gave me 400,000 or 500,000 to buy laptop for Cosmos George. And this is not true. Cosmos George have to leave his location to meet me and said, this is what I heard. And I said to Cosmos George, the help you render to me in Port Harcourt maximum prison, though I spent about 72 hours there, having been dumped from DSS 60 days on, but I was almost dying before they dumped me in Port Harcourt maximum prison. I will never forget my head statue at that moment, because I went there with premature pile. My blood white cells count was about 30%. I was gone practically. You saw me, you never knew me. But because of Biafra, you, Cosmos George, embraced me. They removed me from where it's referred to as Korodo, made sure I was taken care of. I said, if you will do this for me, is it today that I will betray you? But it was Amarachi who was blowing the rumor that Nnamdi Kanu gave Judge Onyibe 5 because we have not told you how we got here. And if this truth hurts all of you, you better forget about that Biafra. Because you do not understand the concealed truth in what Ali is saying. And if we cannot allow our light to fight our darkness, and we are sending our people to their early grave, we shall see who is fooling who here, because it's just a matter of time. I explained to Cosmos George in my office. He has to go, but he never believed me. After all, he don't know me. And then they disconnected me from all the people coming from the south. They left me alone, because now they cannot have a way of using us to fight ourselves. And let me digress a little bit. That video you people see, and they are interviewing themselves, they don't feed you people. It's your leaders that are eating it. Now the Kano is trying to set the leaders of his volunteer up. Onyibe know what I'm saying. Enemy know what I'm saying. Bright know what I'm saying. Lionheart, he declare one thing. All of them know what I'm saying. So where Yalina is there one then kanyi, how any one a moon one you or Borani one a moon one you na and na gwandi banye joku. Ready, because we are not in a hurry. If you see Josephine Erewa telling you how Onyibe eat his money, that old woman, it's amazing. But all of us are going to be in the same Biafra, right? And then you blame Fulani, you will blame everybody, we will blame devil, we will blame God. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And then I kept quiet. James Hadley Church said the vulture is a patient bird. I am a patient man. And we observe. They started. They just get all, it looks like you gather all of us to use us. Because these are issues you are not going to run away from. He gathered all of us to use us. When I begin to point out these issues in the interim to Nnamdi Kanu and the gangster called DOS, I told them this is not fair. They gathered a fee, all the other people from the south to use against me. I told Anyoma people before that, I said, watch them. You people will be the ones they will use to destroy me. Just watch them. But it will not work, because I stand on the path of the light. But it didn't work, because they even accused me of money I know nothing about. Why am I bringing it up? Some of you will go to Blue Jack now and say, hey, you are saboteur, you are evil, you are this one, and with the truth, Blue Jack no. You think what you are saying mean anything to him? my brother, if we can't tell ourselves the truth, if you can't tell me the truth, love means nothing to me. Maybe you begin to get the point. We must allow our stop manipulating our people, telling lies. Where are the leaders of thought? Where are the opinion molders? Because in the absence of this group of personalities, every other form of leadership will not survive. And that is some of the reason why we are where we are today. But at this stage, we must fight to bring about this change that we desire. In the name of freedom, we must fight to bring about this change. In the name of those who have died, we must fight harder for this change that we desire. In the name of everything that we hold sacred, the people of Biafra, we must stand up and fight. In the name of the future of the next generation of Biafra, which we vigorously stand to protect and to defend at all costs, we must fight harder. Each time we present ourselves before the global community as intellectual beings with the technical know-how to achieve Biafra freedom, most of them don't take us serious because they know that first thing must be first. We must do the first thing. When we sit back, we look at our people. Everybody seems to know the solution to Biafra restoration. Very intelligent Nnamdi Kanu. You can see him hijacking everything, projecting himself is nothing. What looks at us? Intellectual beings, people who has all the technical know-how. But let's digress a little bit. I do not intend to bring out everything we have in the public, but maybe a session of this broadcast will make sense to you. And let God, our Creator, guide all of you to the truth. Look at the people we have up against. They've been fighting us for as long as they knew we exist. They've been able to form a very strong alliance. They have leaders of thought. They have institutions for opinion molders. A platform where intellectuals in its capacity have debate on what to do next. And just like the Greek, everyone will table their idea. Like the Romans in the floor of the Senate, they reconsider every option said before them. And then when they move, they never fail. I just cannot comprehend how a tiny nation like Rome could rule the whole world, eventually change the name of many countries across the globe. Except within the palace of the emperor, there exist opinion molders, there exist real intellectual, there exist leaders of thought, and whatever other names you can call them. We took time on different platforms castigating the Fulanis, the Hausas. They don't have sense. They have sense. They are Mugu. They are cow. We said so many. But you come and look at the true practical terms. I just cannot understand how a Fulani that is less than 3% of Nigerian ethnic nationality, 3% of the population, can call the Igbo a dot. This should be considered as an insult that will propel all of us to begin to change our ways. I would have challenged them. How can you call us a dot? But if 3%, majority of who has no blood lineage compared to Nigeria, related to Nigeria, can rule all of us with Yoruba intellectual, to Igbo intellectual, to Abo intellectual, Ijo intellectual, including all the warlord. They are not muscularly strong. They are not academically strong. What gives them that power? What gives the Rome the power to rule the world? Yes, you can say the British built the iron ship, and so they rule the world. The Romans built the wooden ship, now they rule the world. The Babylonians built the chariots and other inventions like the Egyptians, and so they ruled the world. And so what did the Fulani do to rule all of us in Nigeria? It's not just about Nigeria. And so when we are going out to fight a war, like the way Nnamdi Kanu is running and clamoring for, you should get ready to fight Hausa Fulani, not just in Nigeria, but in Niger, in Ghana, in Niger, in Cotonou, everywhere across West Africa or Africa where you have Hausa Fulani, you will see they may share the same country with you, but they are not with you in that country. And now they don't have much educated individuals. But I tell you, that platform for opinion molders, that very platform for leaders of thought, they don't joke with it. They don't. And so little wonder they control all of us. As small as they are, our number comes to nothing, because we have failed to do the first thing first. Our people must remain focused. Each time we present ourselves, like I said, before the global community, they just look at us. The question at this moment should be, what is the first thing? What is the first thing that must be resolved? Lies that divided us. They use lie to divide us. It must be resolved. That lies must be resolved. First thing first. I have heard a lot of people narrate about the balkanization of Biafra. Some said it was who is this man? Who was the one who became engineer, an Igbo man? When I remember his name, I will tell you. He was responsible for the creation of a Midwestern state. Because he was jealous of Awolowo, he don't want the Awolowo to blanket the Midwest by religion. And so they said the Igbo man now a Midwesterner. And then I want to believe this same Igbo man engineered the division of South-South and Southeast. I want to believe that Igbo man, under the leadership of Buhari, divided our boundary and caused confusion within communities. Now giving us name of who we are and what we are not. And then we keep haggling words among each other. We keep fighting ourselves. We all know this truth. They lied to all of us. And some will say, yes, we are Igbo because we are more in population. Others will say, no, we are the Ijaw and we have the resources. I tell you, these are all lies. These are all lies. They put the lies in between us. They continue to fuel these lies. They continue to feed on these lies. They continue to promote these lies. And now it has become part of us. We know this as deception. And so if we are really ready to free ourselves, whether we are the dot or we are the point or we are the full stop, it really doesn't matter. But we cannot lie to our people. We can't. We've come to a stage, Nnamdi Kanu has destroyed everything about Biafra restoration. You people don't know we are trying to resurface the movement. Let me digress. Nnamdi Kanu destroyed everything. And some of the governors are trying to pamper him. Except you people are the one that sent him. Some fake prophets who are born to prophesy, who are born to see vision. But they can't survive with offering and tithe. They are now trying to launder image. But all these are falsehood. Election of Anambra is about 150 days. It's counting already. We are waiting for all of them. The point is that this process all of you are initiating, the people have known the truth already. And you don't need a prophet to give you the next arithmetic progression. You don't need anybody to tell you that 1 + 1 is 2. If you have to go on another dimension of further mathematics, and then you could tell us the formula you are using, and those who belong to that arena will tell you the answer. It is practical. Whatever game anybody is playing, it will work. All these distraction, hey, June 12th is coming, hey, do the One Nation, hey, Hausa Fulani Kwarele, all these distraction, we are lying to ourselves. They have lied to us. We cannot continue to lie to ourselves. Makaneja buko imo fonya nyampiamare. Eja buko imo fonya nyampiamare. Abinu agotane. Umeno no agotane ngweni ndidi. Omeno menizu omongwa. Omeno no agotanu no ngwendidi. They divided us with lies. And now at the same time, all of us are here. We are telling ourselves, I have seen respected individual conspire against their own brother. You think you will shut anybody down? For Biafrans, for your information, Igbo is just a dialect in Biafra. And then you have so many others. And if we do not tread carefully with wisdom among one another, what you think you are doing now will only boomerang very soon. I know we will have to fight this. Now the Kano, having destabilized everything, he moved back. He's trying to create Igbo agenda. And most of you don't know, you are supporting him. And when Buhari call you a dot, he's calling us a dot, we refuse, we are not a dot. Do you know the implication of a dot? But they are not my concern. The Nigerian give now the kind of 5 states. Why are you deceiving yourself? Now the kind of 5 states. Afari Beku people, his community, are they in support with him? So who I just try not to insult people. So who is giving him the kind of 5 states now? Which of the 5 states now? But be lying to yourself, be deceiving yourself. Anyway, they give Nnamdi Kanu, he should take the 5 states. Let Nnamdi Kanu take the 5 states. But Ari has given him 5 states. Which of the states now? When his village people have seen this danger even before now. Let him go with the 5 states. Hey, he said, let's go, let's leave others. And when you are saying it, those people already, having been wounded by the lies of one Nigeria, they will love you. But that is why I keep telling our people, whatever you see happening, it's in Nnamdi Kanu, it's not Igbo people. Whatever you see happening, it's in Nnamdi Kanu, it's not Igbo people. He's taking advantage of our naive brothers. They give, which of the 5 states now? Which of the 5 states? Exactly which of the 5 states? And so if I come up tomorrow and say I'm not an Igbo man, and then somebody from Obalu or Izzy is going to say, hey, leave them, they are the saboteur, they are evil, they are the this one. My brother, Isha no when I chat. But we've been lying to ourselves. Because somewhere along the line, you are lying, trying to project you as something that you are not. And that lie is destroying something you are not aware of. If they tell you, take 5 states, don't you know they are deceiving you already? No wonder many of the Igbos don't know there were Igbo in Benue State. The North claimed them. They are not tenants. Before now, Igbos in Benue are not tenants. I remember when we made a visit there. 3 local governments inclusive. They are one day born you. Now Suibo, now Soputaya. And when we explained why we were there, they were crying. And this should be like 9 years ago. They were crying that we have forgotten them. But if before that visit, if before that enlightenment campaign, you go there and they speak Igbo for you, in your mind you think they are Igbo. But they've been recolonized, properly reindoctrinated. They carried out normal induction on them. Let us just tell ourselves this truth. Because our condition was created by falsehood. And the first thing we need to do is to make sure we destroy these lies. Those of you fighting for Biafra, what most of you do is let's get Akwa Ibom person. Let's just bring them. You people stop it. Nandekano we gather there. Coastal region brokers. Coastal region Biafra. But then from within another chamber, what you are saying is let's use them. Number. They know. All of you stop it. Because the more they know, the reasonable one will move back. It was like in those days we were presenting news in different language. And that was one of the idea of Mazio BD. As always, on point. They were quarreling. Hey, Onyibe don't allow us to do news in different language. Hey, Onyibe is domineering. Onyibe is this one. Onyibe is that one. But now you are not even reading news in different language. The agitation have been reading. Igbo bu Igbo, Jakwa kaina wano, Igbo bu Igbo, Gemenka. But the point remains that not until we identify in the deception that brought us here, my brother, our fathers didn't fight for Igbo bu Igbo alone. They protected their brothers. That was why the Biafran Empire was intact. Even when the invaders at every dispensation invaded Africa. Everyone was intact. And so you that is right to say, oh, there are a lot of saboteur. Go and find out what is breeding saboteur. Without the knowledge I know, without sincerity, without having access to good men who bleed day and night for the sake of our people, saboteur, when I go knock all of una with what I know, even my own generation will reject me in death. Even God himself will be ashamed to look at me. But I'm just one man. But I'm telling you truth. Let us stop lying to ourselves. Nobody is going to deceive anybody. But you will not understand my point. But if you are careful enough to meticulously read in between the line, all of a sudden, hey, Urobo said you are not with Biafra. Hey, we Joe are not with Biafra. Hey, we this one are not with Biafra. Don't you know there is a lie they are trying to feed? It comes in different form and shape. And this lie have damaged many. We are going to get Biafra. And now the Kanu say Biafra will come next week. He will come the other week. Now he is negotiating with government. And very soon he say, well, it's okay. Let us move on. Let's tell our people the truth. Let us tell our people the truth. Because the life will not always be the way you think it will be. But of course, it is not on radio platform. Social media will say the truth. We will get there. They sponsor these lies against us in order to sabotage, to sustain the lie. They put us in bondage. Just look at South, South, and Southeast. They can't come together. You have 10 states in Nigeria that are primarily dominated by Biafrans. 10 states, pure 10 states. And then you have other 3 states where they carve Biafra out into. These 10 states, they've not been able to come out on the same platform.